raw. There's a whole gig gone. All right.
1 gigabit per second. Yeah.
All right. What's up, guys? So I have a special guest with me today. It's Rubidium. You may or may have not heard of him. If you have, that's really cool. We actually met at NAB person to person, but I've been a big fan of his channel for quite some time, and it turns out that he was actually, I don't know if you were a fan or not, but you know about me.
Absolutely.
And he's actually a writer, director. I mean, he's a filmmaker, and it's cool because you're actually going to be working on some film stuff later this year.
Some stuff.
I guess we can't really talk about that too much.
Not yet announced, but getting closer and closer, which is exciting.
That's awesome, man. So he came down to the studio today, and he wants to do sort of like a studio makeover, kind of show me, I mean, I guess you can tell him. What do you want to do here?
Yeah, good question. Good feedback. My background's in film. I was first worked in VFX and CGI, then moved into directing TV commercials in Australia. Came to the States 10 years ago to work on narrative features. Shot a feature called Brooklyn Tide back in 2015, which was a huge learning curve. And no one else out there if anyone's thought about shooting a feature, my advice would just go do it. It may be a glorious failure, but the experience is worth it because it'll push you way outside of your comfort zone and force you to learn and adapt. I had a YouTube channel that I wasn't really doing much with that I'd used for a web series and bought the C200. I think I got it in October.
Yeah, you were one of the early adopters,
Yeah,
I remember.
I bought it the day that it was released and got it a few months later.
By the way, that's actually how I found your channel. Is I was doing a lot of C200, video searches online, and you came up, and I was like, cool, and great content. You guys should really check out his channel. Really good stuff.
Appreciate it.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. So, huge fan of Armando's channel, but and love the way that you shoot videos, the way that you connect to your audience, and the information you provide is awesome. I love it. It's like home automation, and I almost bought the HomePod and realized this is a bad idea. But yeah. Love what you do, and I kind of thought maybe we could do a kind of a collaboration special edition where my background's in film and film lighting. We kind of take this lighting setup you have and transform it as though you were playing yourself in like a Ridley Scott film, right? Like, so this is gonna be Mundo Bites cinema edition.
Love it.
Talk through all the different ways that I would change this to make it more cinematic, more punchy, more high contrast, more,
And maybe you guys can learn something from it too. Get some ideas.
I learn from lots of good people on YouTube. I learn from lots of good people on set. So we can pass that on. You guys can use it. We'll talk about that. Lots of things will come up. So we'll kind of it's
going to be a little bit on a vlog style. We'll kind of show you behind the scenes, and then we'll show you the final look of what it looks like, and it should be exciting.
Sounds great.
So let me show you guys my behind the scenes before we change it up. So basically what I do is I just use one light. I have this really big 24-inch LED panel that I use, and I bounce it off of this, I guess you call it a bounce board that I picked up at Lowe's, and then I diffuse it because I really want that soft light. That's basically, it's kind of like a little small triangle setup. And then I sit down here. This is where I sit down and do my A-roll. And then obviously I have my Sennheiser mic. The camera is actually, the C200 is actually back here, so you guys can go ahead and see that. And I use these sound baffles to kind of make the sound a little bit better. And then I try to use natural light as much as possible. So I have some windows here, and I try to diffuse them. So I'm kind of excited to see what Rubidium's gonna do here. I wanna see that Ridley Scott cinematic look. So we'll kind of share some time lapses, and hopefully this looks awesome.
So the first thing we're going to do is we can't really change the light until we can see what we're doing and understand, about the relative values and contrast of the image we're getting. So rather than try and work off the tiny little screen on the side of the C200, we're going to add our 7-inch Blackmagic Video Assist. Has false color, histograms, all this good stuff that's going to let us actually see what we're doing and how it works better than tiny little thing. So we're going to put this on the C200 first. So what Armando had made was great, and it looked sort of like a window coming through, which is great. Like you could vlog right at the window itself. But the issue with single source lighting is that you're using the same light to light your subject as the background. And that means you can't control different colors, you can't control different temperatures. You're basically, your background is lit depending on how far it is away from your subject. You want to create different zones. You want a certain, you want a light on the background or be able to turn it on and off, and a light on your subject and be able to turn it on and off. So you have total control over color, temperature, distance, all these things. Okay, so we've put, not only are we turning this big LED source around, we're gonna raise it up higher so that it gives a nice shadow under his chin and gives more punch on the face. But we've also put the egg crate on so that it, and this is, very big light to be able to egg crate, which is great. It's gonna keep it separate from the background. So he's gonna be lit totally separately from what's behind him. Okay, so we have our key light now, which is very directional, and it's giving us great contrast on the face. Like one side is lit, one side's totally dark. So we're gonna add a kicker light, not a hair light, but a kicker light, a 3/4 kicker to the back at a different color. And for that, I'm using these, one of my favorite lights. It's like a $70 Chinese LED stick called the Yongnyo, and it does daylight, it does tungsten, it has an extra tungsten thing if you want like super orange.
Oh man, that's cool.
But then the kicker is, look, it also has
What?
RGB, and you can like
Nice.
use it with an app, or you can go green.
Was it Bluetooth?
Yeah, Bluetooth. Go
Very
red.
cool.
So I use this a lot for adding like color accents in my photography as well. But for this, we're just gonna do a nice super tungsten 3/4 kicker light. Okay, so we've added a 4-foot quasar tube on a cantilever clamp on top of a C-stand clamp onto a just normal light stand, not a C-stand, because I didn't want to carry one up from the car. And now we have essentially, I wouldn't say 3-point lighting, because the fill is just ambient, but we've got a key, 3/4 kicker, and a hair light now. So now this is pretty standard stuff on a film set. You would be doing, that's why it takes so long, because you're lighting everyone in this way to give them that cinematic look. So we'll get Armando to sit in the chair, we'll roll a little bit on that, and after that we'll tackle the background.
Seeing the difference.
So now we have our key light higher. It's giving this nice shade under the chin here, isolating the face, and then I've got my 3/4 kicker in tungsten coming in, a little bit of different color temperature.
I love
Isolated
it, man.
from the background, right?
I love it.
The background isn't going to stay that dark.
Right.
We want to light him separately, so we have control over that.
Change it. Should we change it to blue or no? I don't know. More techie.
Whoa.
Ooh. Are we filming
Alien?
Oh, wow. Okay.
I want to do tungsten because I'm going to do the background.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Now we're going over to
My ghetto setup?
your
Home Depot special.
Home Depot special work lights with what kind of lights in there?
They're Lifex or Lifix, I guess, depending on how you pronounce it.
To do a color wash on the background, so that we're not just using light and dark to separate subject from background. We're also using color, and we're using focus.
Okay, so I know what you're thinking. Wait, what does this look? Hold on. We're gonna go and show you. Thank you. The iPhone light. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn on the key light first. So this is the key light. Warming up. There it goes. Now we're gonna go ahead and turn on the hair light. Kind of show you the different steps or how everything breaks down. Okay, there's the hair light. And then we're gonna go ahead and go with the kicker. And while he does that, I have the app over here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on Hector, my buddy Hector over there. And then we have a little backup for the wall. And that's basically it. How many lights did we use? Was that 4, 5?
2 on the background. 2 on the background. 1 key, a kicker, and a hair light. So 5.
What a difference. This looks awesome. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and maybe it'll kind of inspire you to do different stuff. And that's the thing, like when we were sitting here just kind of brainstorming, there's so many things that we can do with the setup. I mean, there's just different options, and it's just about having fun and really experimenting. And hopefully you guys found this useful. Make sure to check out Crimson Engine, that's the YouTube channel name, Rubidium. He's a good guy, and subscribe to him and say what's up. Let him know that you found him by the channel Mondo Bites. If you guys want to see behind the scenes, you know what to do. Follow me on Instagram. Thanks again for watching, and you will catch me in the next one. Adios.